I think the 4.5 years here, it has been exciting, interesting and a learning journey for us and for my children. But this is one of the longest stay compared with the past posting that we have. So 4.5 years gave me a lot of time to explore Cambodia, provinces trip, road trip, which I love.
I think between the two of us, I think she'll probably be more busy than I am. She looks after our two kids. She runs the house. She's the Minister of Finance, Minister of Home Affairs, Minister of everything. Right? I'm only the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So I only go to the office, attend certain functions. So on top of her regular schedule, she's also very active in the Spouses Network. The Spouses Network is not just with the government officials here, mainly with the MFAIC. She's also very active in the spouses of the diplomatic corps. In fact, because we've been here for almost 4.5 years now, in terms of diplomatic ranking, we are one of the more senior ambassadors here. And so she will also lead by example, and she will be the main driver, the main organizer for a lot of the get-togethers for the spouses.
I have enjoyed many things during my stay in Cambodia, from summer road trips, exploring different type of Khmer food. As an ambassador spouse, I would also have to get to meet a lot of new friends, people, and also during my trips to the province, get to meet and see the locals. Many other things, and I think another more important thing is I also get to explore during my free time in Phnom Penh city itself, to discover some new snacks, new food for my children. Also exploring places where I can get things, and also preparation for when we have official dinner in this apartment itself. Now, before COVID-19, actually because of my role, I am pretty busy, having a very tight schedule to attend official events, receptions, and then more importantly, at least twice a month, we will actually host dinner. Then with the COVID, there's a lot more scale down on like time to meet up with friends, just over lunches, dinners, especially with the ladies group. With all these scaled down, I have very much more time to stay at home, and that I devote to the family, to my two daughters who are based here, taking care of them, making sure that they have good food to enjoy, and their well-being is great.
I think recently, because of COVID, they've not been able to do as much as they wanted to, but she was creative enough to bring the spouses together to participate in dance classes. It's also, I think, mainly because of curiosity of some of the foreign spouses who wants to get to understand the Cambodian dance better.
It started from there.
Started from there. You have medicine.
Yes.
There were some occasions when we attended dinners at some of our close Cambodian friends' house, and the dinner would then segue into music, dance, and so on.
Yeah, that is a weekly event that the madams in the MFAIC has initiated, and now with the continuity, the ambassador spouses and some of the ambassador spouses, and we have also the Lukjum deals all come together.
In fact, she now knows the best places to buy local delicacies and export products such as kampong pepper,
cashew nuts, yeah, Cambodia. Yes.
So So as I mentioned, she's the adventurous one. So she's the one who will be exchanging info and snippets with other spouses. Where's the new place in town? Where are the places that you can get the local delicacies, fresh delicacies?
Yeah, because initially when I arrived, I mean, cashew nuts. I love cashew nuts, and I mean, it's just buy and then roast it and then that's it. But as I venture in and as I spend more time in Cambodia, I start to buy from places and I start to able to distinguish what is good cashew nut and really fragrant and really sweet. And so,
Organic.
Oh, yeah, and organic. And so I'm really happy. This is one of the achievement, I think, when it comes to food exploration.
In fact, we were surprised when we first arrived. We didn't quite understood about Cambodia's exports. So we began to actually discover that kampot pepper is actually one of the main products of export. We knew about the export of pepper, but we never quite understood how treasured it was in the culinary world out there. Especially the top chefs in France, Japan, some of them actually said that one of the secret ingredients is actually the kampot pepper. And then we found out later on there was a kampot salt as well, right?
Yeah,
kampot
kampot salt, yeah.
produced in the salt plains. So these are, I think, towards very wonderful discoveries as we started to immerse ourselves into the local culture.
Khmer dish, there are so many I am exposed to. I like the, other than your norm, like fish amok is very famous. You mentioned it, everyone will like it. My daughter loves it. I also like prahok, different type. And then other than that, you have the bai ketiang. You have the crispy noodles, any type. Serve it to me and I will eat it and I will try it. And then you have the, what do you call that? Small prawn and the fried prawn fritters that I always buy from Russian market. And so, but one of my first love was when I initially arrived during one of the coffee morning that was hosted here. One of the MFAIC spouse, she was very kind, and so she did a cooking demonstration here and introduced us to ambassador spouses and some of the madams during the gathering to Khmer pomelo salad. And the ingredient that was used was so fresh, and lots of effort actually goes in. And so that became my first love. And to know that all these ingredients that are being used for this pomelo salad, you can get it readily in any market, and they are so fresh. And I'm also very intrigued also with the use of flowers in Khmer dishes. And they add color and they enhance the look of dishes.
I cannot say that I have a favorite Khmer dish because I like nearly all the Khmer dishes that I've tried. I think one reason is because the Cambodian palate and the Singaporean palate are very similar. Really the slight difference is that in Cambodia, they use a tinge of fish sauce. But the fish sauce is not too heavy. In terms of the other dishes that I've experienced in Cambodia, it is very similar to what you can find in a Singaporean kopitiam or any Chinese restaurant that you walk in, right? You'll be able to find these dishes very similar. And when it comes to the dessert, a lot of the Cambodian desserts are also very similar to the Peranakan style or the Malay dessert that we have in Singapore. Because of the role, the responsibility that I had, I was privileged enough to be traveling with the president. My travel schedule was so crazy that I had to change back at the airport. Even if I had time to go for a family trip, right, at the airport when we arrive, I already say bye-bye to them and I'll be on another work trip.
It's always parents' burden as diplomat, that we want to keep the family together wherever we are. So with that decision, we arrived in Cambodia. And so the schools, the children, my two girls started into the school, ISPP, and that is their learning journey as a student. And as a family, we would like parents, they are still on the teens, so we would like to still guide them and provide parents' love to the children. And because I'm away from my home country, Singapore, I'm also away from my extended family support. So with that, so my weekends, I have more time with as family, with my children and with my husband. And the time that we spend together here, it covers not just a normal family, but you also extend to learning about the Cambodia. And so there is a bigger role. And whatever that my children, whenever my children have some time to spare other than doing their homework, we cook together, we spend time doing some activities together. We would go out to some of the resort near to the lake, or where we can have some lunch, some easy time. With extended family being away in Singapore, my focus as a mother will be very much on the children. And sometimes I think they needed some space from me.
So when we are overseas, actually most of the time, what we are thankful for is the quality family time that we get to have. As Grace has mentioned, the distraction of the extended family, distraction of our regular circles of friends are absent, and so we are able to spend more time together. So that's one benefit of being a diplomat, even though it can be challenging. There are a lot of sacrifices in relocating families. But what we do get is that we don't have interference from our in-laws, from the relatives and so on in how we bring up our two kids. So that's the so-called autonomy that we have, but also the quality time that we get to spend with them. On the whole, I think as a family, I think we appreciated and enjoyed the freedom and the quality time that we have.
Cambodia is very different in terms of standard of living, but my two girls, they are able to see the development of the country in our stay here, and also they are able to adapt very well. I mean, of course, initial part over the first few weeks, you take some adjustment, but otherwise they are okay to go out and venture out on their own with their friends.
They like to take tuk-tuks on their own too.
Yeah. Sometimes they rather prefer to be on tuk-tuk than to take the car, or and also because we are staying in BKK1, it is very easy for them to walk around and to meet friends in BKK1. There are so many established restaurants. It was also a rare privilege as a spouse to have a chance, opportunities to meet ambassadors and spouses of different countries. Also to meet members of the royals, such as Her Royal Highness Princess Arun and His Royal Highness Budabong, to be able to socially engage with them on various occasions when I meet them. Always make the effort to meet up and to show me and ambassador spouses different things, areas of Cambodia. That I think, and also that I think has been a privilege, and also give us with my role, I also get to meet senior government officials.
Actually, the point that she mentioned about Her Royal Highness Princess Arun, I think Princess Arun has been very kind to always extend an invitation to Grace to accompany her on some of the provincial trips that she herself makes. And a lot of times when Princess Arun travels out to the province is to actually give help to those who are in need on behalf of the Queen Mother. And I think it's one of those trips when Grace went on that after that trip when she came back, when we discussed about it and we felt it burdened, we felt that we should try to give back to the host community as well, which is why as part of the Street Art Festival, one of the beneficiary organisation actually was the Cambodian Children's Fund. And Cambodian Children's Fund is also related to other organisations that Princess Arun actually have been helping out in. But it was through one of the trips with Princess Arun that gave us the idea. And so during our time here, at least for the last 2 years or so, we've been putting more effort and time to helping the Cambodian Children's Fund. We do hope that our effort has helped the organisation, at least to spotlight and publicise for CCF the help, the good work that it's done, the help that it needs.
Hopefully it will be a great impact on the children. I love children, I like children, so there is always a softer heart when it comes to reach out to help. It's always about younger children. So I'm glad that through the Street Art Fest, CCF is one of the major beneficiaries, and ultimately with that helping the organisation, it's the children that would like to see the benefits that is being channeled to.